So, like one of the happiest vape mail days ever. And it seems like my happiest vape mail days are days that something come in that I didn't think I would like. And so what we're going to talk about today will end up being a dual review. We're going to talk about the Nemesis from Atmumexani and the Nemesis from Petros. And here we go. So, we'll start out with a vape. In here, I've got some Nana's Cream from my buddy Rip Trippers over at vapetrick.com. I actually did design this juice. Phenomenal banana pudding juice. I don't even know the ratios. I just kind of, did the flavorings and stuff. And I've got it on a Doodlebug with a 3 rapid 30 gauge Canthal on the Petros edition. We should do that again. Wow. So, we will go up close on both of these units, and then we'll come back and talk about why this is probably my favorite mechanical. So, off to the up close. Alright, so this is just the standard all polished Nemesis. I will talk about kind of what my only problems with it is, and my only problems are purely cosmetic, but I generally just wanted to show you how it functioned and the parts. So quite a few parts here. We've got the top cap, we've got the kick ring. You've got, this would be the 18650 extension. This would be the 18500 extension. I don't necessarily want to take this all apart, but I guess I will. Then we've got the button. Long way. The main body tube for 18350, the locking ring, and the button. Generally, how the button fires is it's a spring-loaded piece of Delrin. It's a piece of Delrin spring-loaded. So, and we'll show you how that where that matters here in just a minute. I'm going to put it together in 18500 mode and put an addy on it and kind of show you how it works. So, the first thing you would want to put on, of course, and this is going to come assembled, is going to be your locking ring. Locking ring is upside down. Locking ring goes on. Button goes on. Threads are really, really nice and smooth, really clean. You don't hear any crunching or cracking there. Okay. I'll put the 18500 extension on. Go ahead and put the top cap. Well, actually, no, we gotta put a battery in it. Okay, so you put your battery in it, and then you've got your adjustable post. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your addy. I'm going to use the Doodlebug. You're going to put your addy on the 510. Okay. Once you get that down flush, you can take this. You take this screw, which goes. You have one-way adjustability on this. Screw it up till it makes contact. Now the thing about the Nemesis though is you don't need dual-way adjustability in the switch because you have a second layer of adjustability in the button. So if you put it in there and you had some rattle, the only thing you would do is you would just screw the switch in. Once it got secure, now you've got a firing deal there. So instead of doing a telescopic center post, adding a second point of contact, now with the adjustability being in your switch, now you still have 1, 2, and then that's it. 1, 2, 2 points of contact instead of switch, bottom part of a telescope, top part of a telescope, and then the addy. So you're eliminating a point of contact. So that is the standard Nemesis. Again, you can take it up to 18650, or you can take it up to 18650 with a kick, and have the dual way adjustability with the top cap and the button. So that's the Nemesis. But I want to show you the Celeste. I said this was kind of a dual review, and I gotta quit tilting that Genesis over. Instead of showing it all or putting it all together again, I just kind of show it to you kind of in its full glory there, and then I'm gonna just put it together in 18500 mode. That battery out of there. Battery in. Gotta take the kick ring off. Okay. Addy on. Perfectly smooth and clean threads. Tighten her up. Oh! Contacts on Petroses are silver plated. So that, we'll talk about that later though. Laying Genesis is sideways. The balance on that, for me, is absolutely phenomenal. I guess it's not really balanced. It's got heavy stainless one and heavy stainless on the other, with the blue tube and then a little bit of a blue accent right there between the locking ring. I didn't show you how the lock ring functions. Basically, it's a really good size lock ring that's really, really clean threaded. I'd say my only complaint with the lock ring is it's a lot of turns to lock it. I think they could have made it a little shorter, but if they would have made it, or I'm sorry, they could have made this piece longer, but if they'd have made this piece longer, then that would have eliminated that little piece of blue there, which I think really sets the device off. So, but the spring in it is strong enough that it will stand without firing. But, you know, pocketing it or whatever you would do with the Genesis, it's a really good lock ring. You're not having to pinch down in there and fiddle with a really, really tight ring. I mean, it's a good big ring to use. Now, if you're not a Genesis user, it does have 2 air holes there, as it is a completely flat top cap to provide air up to your 510. And so that's it. That's the up close on the Petros. The heat treated finish, which, by the way, this is a version 2 of the finish, which is, from the way I've heard it, is a sealed finish, so it will last quite a bit longer than as it was in the first batch. And I am just killing myself with this air hole down. This finish is now sealed, so it will last quite a while. So, anything else in the up close? Yeah, the engraving is really, really nice. And I guess that's it. Now we will go to the I guess the final thoughts and impressions. Have another couple of apes. The Nemesis. Be right back. So that was the up close. The reason that, I don't know, this version from, I think, Petros, I'll put a link to his Facebook down in the description. The balance of contrast, you know, the polished with the semi-brushed blue finish, cosmetically, this is the most, personal opinion, always personal opinion, this is the most beautiful setup I have ever used. Now, the reason I said I didn't think I'd like it is because I don't care for the standard Nemesis. The reason I don't care for it is there's a lot of brakes. Like, you know, I'm a Caravella guy, the GP Pabst Lux Edition, I've got, you know, the Pulse on the way. That's my type of mechanical. It's very smooth, it's clean lines. And the reason, you know, I've had this Nemesis, I've been using it for a couple of weeks, is, you know, it's got 2 brakes in the top cap, and then another brake at the, well, 2 brakes at the top cap, another at the 510, and then down here at the switch, and then down here at the bottom of the locking ring. So in 18500 mode, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, you've got 5 brakes in the finish. That's purely cosmetic though. It has nothing to do with the performance. The Nemesis on its own performs outstanding. The current loss on it is very minimal. And so when I said, or I said to myself, you're not going to like the Celeste, it was only due to the fact, it was like I said, it was purely cosmetic. I had already geared myself up to not want to like it, because I didn't care for the Nemesis. Not for performance reasons, only for cosmetic reasons. Now, the Nemesis on its own, like I said, I'll just put this I'll put this Doodlebug. Actually, I don't have a battery in there, so the performance on the Nemesis is as good as any other top tier mechanical device. It performs as well as 2.5 Lux Pabst. Well, not quite as good because of the gold contacts. But it performs as well as a Caravella with the brass contacts. It performs as well as a Chi with the brass contacts. It performs as well as basically any other mechanical device that has brass, aluminum, you know, any well-made mechanical. But Petros, I really swear I hope I'm saying his name, Petros Eric Vapors. And like I said, there will be a link in the description. He just took this device and turned it into a piece of art. I mean, this really is vaping jewelry. He also silver plated the contacts, so that again created an increase in the conductivity. So the Petros versions of it, and he offers it in 3 or 4 different colors, several different brushed versions if you don't want the heat treatment. The silver plating, along with this beautiful balance of contrast, has made this my absolute favorite mechanical mod. And like I told you guys yesterday in my Doodlebug video, my absolute favorite mechanical now with my absolute favorite Genesis. I just love that. But again, it's just purely cosmetic on the contrast and the balance. But in the realm of performance, it is one of the best performing, and that has some to do with the silver plated contacts. But also I did some research on heat treating stainless steel, and along a annealing process it changes the composition of the molecular structure of the metal, which can improve conductivity. Also, if he's using, I don't know what his method of heat treating is, but if he's using a quenching method, that also changes the molecular structure of the stainless steel to make it more conductive. So it's just, you know, if you think of it like a good soup, you know, this guy took a really good device and, you know, did some stuff to it, you know, with the heat treating, probably quenching. He made the stainless steel more conductive, and then he made the contacts more conductive, and then also it added a beautiful, beautiful finish. So we'll take another vape off of it, and smitten. I love the Petros Eric Vapors version of the Nemesis. The Nemesis on its own, if you can get one, it's a well-performing mechanical. But Petros just took it to another level. It's Jamie JC West. Where am I at? I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Vapors Place. So what I got, Be Strong Vape On. See you again next time.